I'm Alexis.
And I'm Tiffany, and we're the hosts of Legit KidLit, a video series where we get to see into the secret and silly lives of authors and illustrators.
We love to celebrate and promote books, but most of all, we want to say hey to all you readers out there trying to find that right book for you. We hope that you can find some new reads after today.
Get ready for part 2 of episode 28, our Legit KidLit Love Special, featuring creators Amanda Davis, Katie Howe, Kim Ventrella, Rob Harrell, Diane Magris, Carter Higgins, Reyna Alegre, and Kit Rosewater. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy some book love.
Legit KidLit friends, thank you for having me here today. My name is Amanda Davis. I'm the author of 30,000 Stitches, the inspiring story of the National 9/11 flag, which is a forthcoming nonfiction picture book that will be released in May, on May 4th. Today I'm here to give a shout out to one of my favorite books that has a love theme in it. And the book that I wanted to give a shout out to is Swashby and the Sea. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Swashby and the Sea is written by Beth Ferry and is illustrated by the amazing Juana Martinez Neal. Oh, just all around love this book. It's in terms of love, we have the friendship love, and we have the love between humans, but we also have love between nature, which I don't want to ruin anything for you, but as an ocean lover, that part really resonated with me. So this is just a great book with awesome illustrations. As you can see, one of the illustrations behind me, but just the textures in here, amazing, and just some really great characters, and yeah, an awesome book that is universal to friendship and our connection and love for nature as well. So I highly recommend, and this is my book love shout out for our episode here. Thank you again for having me, and happy reading and happy creating.
Hi there, I'm Kit Rosewater, author of The Derby Daredevils, a middle grade series illustrated by Sophie Escabas about a junior roller derby team. For the month of February, I love celebrating love, and there's lots of different types of love in The Derby Daredevils. There's a romantic crush between the protagonist and a mystery player I won't reveal. As subsequent books go on, there's a lot of love between friends and the team as they come closer together. But this month, I actually want to celebrate a different book, one of my favorite new books that celebrates familial love, and that's the graphic novel Twins, written by Varian Johnson and illustrated by Shannon Wright. There is so much to love in this book, from the deep sisterly bond where we see the ups and downs of love throughout the book, to the parents' love and guidance as well. So I highly, highly recommend Twins for your February read.
Hi Legit KidLit, thank you so much for having me. My name is Reyna Alegre, and I'm the author of The Dream Weaver, out now from Simon & Schuster Kids, wherever books are sold, and at the library. The Dream Weaver is a middle grade novel about a 12-year-old girl named Zoe who has a lot of family drama and a heart of gold, and will do absolutely anything that she can to help save her grandpa's beachside bowling alley, his family business that he's had for decades, the summer that she goes to live with him at the Jersey Shore. And it's about a lot of different kinds of family love and friendship love, because Zoe adores her grandfather, and she worships her brother who's going away to college soon, and she has a loving but complicated relationship with her dad who's very unstable, and she's missing her mom who she loves so much, who passed away before the book starts. And then she discovers a whole new kind of love because Zoe's never had a big group of friends, but she finally finds a solid group of friends that are like her found family, and she cares about them deeply. So the Dreamweaver is full of a lot of love, a lot of different kinds of love, and I hope you'll consider checking it out, and that your February is filled with a lot of love. Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
Hi, my name is Carter Higgins, and I'm the author of a few picture books for children. You might have read Bikes for Sale, written by me and illustrated by Zachariah O'Hora, or Everything You Need for a Treehouse, also written by me and illustrated by Emily Hughes. And it's about the time of year to celebrate This Is Not a Valentine, written by me and illustrated by Lucy Ruth Cummins. All three of these picture books were published by Chronicle Books. And This Is Not a Valentine is definitely a story about love. When I think of my friends, I think of the things that they like. And I don't need to buy fancy jewelry or expensive chocolates or gifts for them just around February. I might think of things that they love to tell them I'm thinking about them and I care about them. And maybe that looks like a Lucky Rock or a handful of weeds or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but I'm gonna keep the jelly side because I like that one best. But maybe I'll also tell you some of my secrets and give you my favorite cape. And that's what this story, This Is Not a Valentine, is all about. A celebration of love and friendship, and you don't have to read it just around Valentine's Day. It's just as good whether it's February 14th or August 29th. Happy Valentine's Day anyway.
Hi, I'm Diane Magris. I'm the author of The Mad Wolf's Daughter and The Hunt for the Mad Wolf's Daughter. In my two books, I have two characters who are fantastic friends. So Dressed, who is the protagonist of both books, meets Emmerich, and they don't quite like each other at the very beginning. Dressed is the daughter of one of Emmerich's biggest enemies in the world. They don't trust each other one bit, but they do join forces to try to rescue Dressed's family from the castle where they've been brought to be hanged for their crimes, according to Emmerich. According to Dressed, it's a tremendous injustice. Emmerich is badly wounded, and so that's why he needs Dressed, and Dressed needs him to show her the way into the castle. On their journey, they say not very nice things to each other occasionally, but very quickly they decide that they really do need each other. And very quickly also they start to realize that they actually care about each other, because at their core, even though they're enemies, they're both good people. And they both believe kind of the same things. Realizing that, their friendship grows. It's one of my favorite things to write, to show how two people from really different backgrounds, really different perspectives, could actually believe in the same things, and the fundamentals of who you are and what you care about and what you believe is right and wrong. That's kind of my little Valentine's Day story, how you can be really good friends with somebody who might seem different from the start but be your greatest friend in all the world. So here from the woods in Maine, happy Valentine's Day.
Legit KidLit fans. I'm author Kim Ventrella, and for the February Show Me the Love episode, I wanted to talk about my new middle grade book, Hello Future Me, which is full of many love-related items. So the main character, June, in the beginning of the story, learns that her parents, who she believes have always been madly in love, are suddenly getting divorced, and she's determined to make them fall in love again. So this whole book is about her putting all of her plans in place to suddenly get them to fall in love. And she lives in this town called Tanglewood Crossing that's totally obsessed with Bigfoot. And it just so happens that when the story is taking place, they're getting ready for the huge Bigfoot ball, which is another Valentine's / Bigfoot / love themed event. So she's trying to get her dad and her mom to go to this together. But when that doesn't work, she turns to something a little more mysterious. The new shop that has popped up in town overnight called the Shop of Last Resort, and it's filled with broken objects that claim to have magical properties. But these are totally weird magical properties, like an alarm clock that claims to chime every time your dog poops. Like, who needs something like that? But she gets this broken laptop from the shop, and it looks broken because it has a cracked screen, but when she turns it on, it actually works. And she starts getting messages from someone claiming to be her from 10 years in the future. And her future self warns her to never, ever return to the shop, and definitely don't try to use the magical objects to get her parents to fall back in love. So if you want to find out the result of all of these magical objects and love spells that she tries to get her parents to fall back in love, you should read this book. It's hilarious. And also her best friend Calvin, it turns out, has a crush on her, so you can see how that turns out and if he finally declares his love. It's Hello Future Me. I hope you'll give it a read. Thanks.
Hey everybody, my name is Rob Harrell, and I'm the author of the book Wink. Here's a copy of it. I want to say thank you for having me here to talk about friendship love. I understand you're talking about all different kinds of love, and so I'm really excited to talk about the friendship variety, because I think it doesn't always get all the glory. You know, romantic love tends to be what you see movies about, and it gets all the songs written about it. But I think friendship love is my favorite thing to write about, and it's also, I think, one of the least complicated forms of love. You're hanging out with somebody just because you like them and they like you. That's really what it comes down to. So anyway, it's my favorite to write about, and it was really important in my book Wink, because Wink is about Ross. He's going into 7th grade, and he's just found out that he has a rare form of eye cancer, and it was based on a diagnosis that I went through, a time I went through years ago. And because of his diagnosis, suddenly all of his relationships become really important to him, and he needs people to lean on. And that's the best thing about friends, right? They're a shoulder to cry on and laugh with and hang out with. And so Ross has a whole bevy of people that he bonds with, and he makes some new friends throughout the book. But he also has his best friend Abby, and everybody deserves a best friend like Abby, because she's just kind of amazing. She's a ray of sunshine. She knows how to talk to him without talking down to him. She can joke with him even about the cancer. I know my book is about a kid with cancer, but it's actually a pretty funny book. And part of that reason is that some of Ross's friends know how to have conversations with him that people who aren't your best friends wouldn't know how. Abby is his rock. And then he finds out, unfortunately, that Abby may be moving away, which is really scary and adds to the terror of the whole moment. But friends are the best. I have just a little snippet here that I thought I'd read to you. It's just a conversation. It's the night before Ross has his surgery, and I'll just read it. It gives you a little taste of what their friendship is like. After Mrs. Peterson's cherry pie with ice cream, Abby and I sat out on the back porch. It was perfect out. We propped our feet up on the railing, watching a handful of fireflies doing their thing. Ross, I have a serious question to ask. Can I make fun of you and draw on you and stuff when you're all groggy on painkillers? Abby was wearing green leggings and a pink Vampire Weekend tour shirt. She was playing the album Modern Vampires of the City quietly on her phone. If you must, it's not like I'll remember it. It felt like my stomach was going to pop like a zit. I ate way too much. We were quiet for a minute, listening to Vampire Weekend and a bunch of surprisingly loud crickets. Are you nervous? A little. Not exactly. Not like you'd think. I tipped my chair back on its legs. No parents here to tell me not to. I'm just not thinking too much about what they'll do tomorrow. I don't really want to know. Yeah, I guess the scarier thing would be not having the surgery at this point. I nodded. Rocked back and forth. Yep, I just want the bad stuff out of me. Abby reached over and flicked my ear. I'll be there all day tomorrow. My dad has the thing, but my mom said she'll stay with me in the waiting room. Yeesh, boring. Make sure you got your phone charger and headphones. I've got some new games I can recommend. Abby tipped back as well. Yeah, I'll bring a book. Some people read, Ross. Okay, you have fun with that. Yeah, Abby's tone shifted. Just so you know, I don't like this, Ross. Not at all. But it's gonna go fine. Seriously, like, no question, okay? I nodded. Then we sat there quiet. The moment stretched out a while, all serious and heavy and kind of uncomfortable. I said the only thing I could think of. Did you fart? I knew she hadn't, but I got a laugh out of her. Sorry about that last part, but I do think it shows that, you know, with your friends, sometimes funny is best. Sometimes a really inappropriate joke at the right time can be exactly what you need. And that's what you need in a friendship love, right? And we all need that. So I know it sounds weird to call the relationship you have with your good friends love, but that's obviously what it is. If they need you and you need them, lean on those friendships. That's what they're there for. Thank you guys so much for having me and let me blabber on here. So thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Hi there, Legit KidLit fans. My name's Katie Howe, and I'm a picture book author. I'm here today to tell you about this book, Grandmother Thorn. It's a book about love, but not the mushy, gushy, ooey gooey kind. It's about the love that happens in friendship. When we love our friends, we don't love them because they're perfect. We love them in spite of their imperfections and their flaws, no matter what. The main character in this book, Grandmother Thorn, is kind of like her name. She's a little thorny, a little prickly. She's very stubborn, and she likes things her own way, especially her garden. She likes everything to be in exactly the right place. It makes it hard sometimes for her to have other people over to play and hang out. She doesn't like anyone messing with her stuff. Do you know anybody like that? Anyway, Grandmother Thorn has one very good friend named Oji-san, who is patient with her in spite of her flaws, and who loves her even though she can be a little difficult. That's a good kind of friend to have, right? Throughout this folktale style story, we have beautiful illustrations that the artist, Rebecca Hahn, made from paper and paint, and even from sewing pieces together. You might be able to see in some of these pictures this close details where she's actually stitched things together. For Rebecca, the art in this book was also a labor of love to make something this beautiful. You'll find that a lot of picture books are full of love. And Grandmother Thorn, for example, is one about the love between friends that recognizes you don't have to be perfect to have a perfect friendship. I hope you loved seeing this, and I hope you find lots of books you love today.